My name's Melissa, I'm 18 years old and I'm from Corsham. I think the first time I had an interest in learning other languages apart from English was when I was very young, I think. So I was always curious by different people speaking and how it was that words that made sense to them, didn't make sense to me, and that sounds like a very obvious statement to make, but that was what really sparked me on to learn a lot of foreign languages, I think, and communication is such an important part of the changing world. I speak German, similar to English, and then I speak French and Spanish maybe to a C1 level, which will mean something to some people and not to others, so that's basically kind of an advanced level, but not like a native speaker. And then I can also speak some other languages to a less advanced level, so I can also speak Dutch to maybe a B1 level, which is kind of intermediate. And then I can read a lot of other foreign languages, I can read Norwegian, Italian, Portuguese, for example. So the first language, well, I've been coming up with languages and writing and, different alphabets ever since I was really young, since before I can remember, so, 6, 7, 8 or something. I think the first proper alphabet I came up with, the first writing system, was when I was about 8 or so. And I could use that to write my diary in. And the first language I came up with was maybe when I was about 10 or 11. I had it with a friend of mine. She slowly lost interest, I did not. It was just a cipher for English, really, and the first kind of proper language that I started working on when I was about 14. So the language which I'm working on at the moment, Skénavánns, it's kind of built off the language which the second language which I started working on, which was the first language I started working on properly, more professionally, if you want to call it that. I started writing a grammar, I started explaining the rules instead of just having it in my head. And so that's really, it's barely recognisably that language, but that's what it was inspired of. So at the moment I'm just started working on something completely new, and it's a way of writing using colours. So it's writing that you can incorporate into a painting, you could have a poem in a painting, for example, but that's completely different. That's just for fun at the moment.